Thanks for watching. Today I'm going to show you how to set up your own personal VPN using the AWS cloud from Amazon.com, and I'm going to be doing this on a Macintosh computer. A personal VPN can protect your data when you're forced to access the internet from an unsecured Wi-Fi location. The software that you'll need for this tutorial is an internet browser. I'll be using Google Chrome, and the terminal app, which is built into OS X. The first thing you'll need to do is open your browser and go to aws.amazon.com. If you don't have an account, you'll need to create one before you can continue. Once your account is set up, open the Ec2 Dashboard. Once the dashboard is loaded, you'll see a large Launch Instance button. If you click this, it'll bring up a menu, and most of the images can be found by going to My AMIs and then looking at the public images. However, we're going to do a slightly different method that will allow us to jump straight to the image that we want. Open a new browser tab and navigate to the UEC Images link in the description of this video. You should be able to use any image with the EBS root share. I'll be using the US East 1 32-bit image. Clicking the link will bring us back to the Amazon Ec2 dashboard, and it will already have selected the image that we chose. Click Continue, and then when the next page loads, be sure to change the instance type from small to micro. We won't be changing any of the default settings on the next page, so just wait for it to finish loading and then click Continue again. On the next page, we want to add something like VPN server to the name field to help you identify this particular instance in the future. Now you're ready to create the key pair that will allow you to access your instance via SSH. Click Create New Key Pair, enter a name, and then download the file it creates to your desktop. Once you've done that, it's time to create what Amazon calls a security group. And essentially what you're doing is opening the ports so you can actually access the instance over the internet. You'll click Create New Security Group, and then the easiest way to do this is just to, for now, add all TCP, all UDP, and all ICMP. Add a group name and a group description, then click Continue. You can come back later and make these settings more restrictive. Review your settings and then click Launch. There will be an information window that pops up. Just click Close, and then from the left sidebar, select Instances. You should see your new instance being created. Once the instance is finished loading, click the checkbox next to it and then select Instance Actions. From the menu, click Connect. This will open another window with a line of code in it. We'll need that in a minute, but for now, open a terminal window. Type CD desktop to change folders to the desktop, then type ls and press enter. You should see the key file that you downloaded earlier. Type chmod 400 and then the key file's name. Type ls-l and make sure the only thing next to your key file's name is a single R. Copy the line of code we looked at earlier and paste it into the terminal. You'll need to change root to Ubuntu before you continue. Type yes at the prompt to accept the security certificate. You should now be logged in to the command line of the AWS instance. Type sudo apt-get install pptpd. At the prompt, type Y. Once that's finished, you'll need to configure your new VPN server. /etc/pptpd.conf. We're going to scroll down until we find the local IP and remote IP lines and uncomment them. Then you'll take the private IP address of your Amazon AWS instance and put it on the local IP line. When you're finished, hit Control-O, then Enter to save, and then Control-X to exit. Now type sudo pico /etc/ppp/ppt/pd-options. In this file, we're going to be adding our DNS servers to the ms-DNS lines. I like to use the OpenDNS servers, but another option is Google Public DNS. If you want to use OpenDNS, those servers are 208.67.222.222 and 208.67.220.220. Again, when you're finished, type Control-O and then hit Enter to save, and then hit Control-X to exit. Next, type sudo pico /etc/sysctl.conf. In this file, you need to scroll down and uncomment the net.ipv4.ip forward line. Again, when you're finished, type Control-O and then hit Enter to save, and then hit Control-X to exit. The next line is fairly long, so I've added it to the description so you can just copy and paste. You'll need this line twice. Now type sudo pico /etc/rc.local and then paste that line into this file above the exit 0 line. Again, when you're finished, type Control-O and then hit Enter to save, and then hit Control-X to exit. The last thing you need to do is create your user accounts. Type sudo pico /etc/ppp/chap-secrets. Now, for the client, that's going to be your username. Server is going to be ppt-pd. Secret is going to be the password of the user. IP address is going to be an asterisk so that you can connect from anywhere. Now you'll need to restart your VPN server with the command /etc/init.d/ppt-pd restart, and then type sudo reboot to reboot the entire instance. You should be automatically disconnected at this point. Now it's time to configure your VPN client, which OS X has built in. Open System Preferences and Network. If you don't already have a VPN connection, click the plus sign, select Interface VPN, and VPN type PPTP. I'm not going to do this because I already have one set up, so I'm just going to configure a new connection. Now you're going to go back to the Amazon dashboard and copy the public DNS URL for your instance. You'll paste this in the server address box, and then the account name is the username you created in the chap-secrets file, and the password is the password from that file. Once you've entered the password, you want to click Advanced and make sure the box that says Send All Traffic over VPN Connection is selected. And once that's done, click Apply. And if you've done everything correctly, then you should be able to hit Connect and connect to your VPN server. Now, if you open a new browser tab and go to whatismyip.com, you'll notice that your IP address is the IP address of your VPN server and not your actual IP address. You now have your own VPN server that you can use to secure your connection whenever you're using an open Wi-Fi network.